Philodendron Birkin. I wanted a Philodendron Birkin for a long time, and I finally got one. And I'm not entirely happy with its progress. I've got leaves here that are just kind of falling all over the place. The plant seems to be tilted this way. And yeah, I want it to look better. So generally when I get plants home, I don't do much with them, and this plant is no exception. I didn't check its roots. I did not repot it. Generally, you want to leave a plant in its original pot for at least a month. And so what I have a habit of doing is just leaving it there until I feel like it needs to be repotted. And that could be because I think it's getting too full for the pot or whatever the case may be. I just don't tend to move plants immediately. And this one is no exception. I didn't move it. And so now I've got this. I've got leaves that are dying under here. This is not the first leaves on the plant that have died. So I just kind of want to see what's going on. And so I figured I would come on and do this on camera. Why not do another living room floor plant project? So before I start that, I think I'm going to throw on a pair of gloves, which is something that I don't always do. But this is just feeling like it's going to get a little messy. So if you follow me, you know that I keep plants in grow boxes that I use essentially as mini greenhouses because they're easy to afford, they're easy to manipulate if I need to do so, and I can fit them in small spaces. So this particular grow box sits in my living room, and I'm just using it as a surface right now. It's here, it's easy. I'm always doing something on the living room floor. Alright, so just kind of squeezing the bottom of the pot to get this baby out. And I've got her. That's why there's a trash bag everywhere, because I felt like this would be messy. So as you can see, the soil is just kind of breaking apart. The whole root ball is just kind of it's just kind of coming apart. Roots are limp and not lively. This is a sign that something's going on. So a lot of times when you buy these plants, what you're actually getting, it looks like a nice whole full plant, but what you're getting is more of a rooted cutting. And so this is why it could be beneficial to check your plants when you bring them home from the store, so you know exactly what you're working with. So I know that I'm not really close up and maybe you can't see that so well, but those roots are so friable, and they're dead. Like, there's no other way to say it other than they're dead, not there. I can't speak for what caused them to decompose. I don't know. I took care of this plant really well in my opinion, but obviously something is going on. And something could have been going on before it ever made it to me, which I feel like it was. I wouldn't know because I didn't come in and unearth it and get a good look at the roots. So that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, so I got one plant broken away from the crown, and as you can see, it's those dead leaves. They're limp. This was just a rooted cutting, and those roots died. So there's my cutting. So yeah, that piece wasn't gonna grow, and that piece was actually the majority of the lamp-looking leaves in my plant. That's a little encouraging. Now what I'm trying to do is break up this root ball. Okay, so yeah, so just know that things don't always go perfectly when you bring a plant home from the store, and if it doesn't, it's okay. You can give it time to see if it adjusts, and if it doesn't adjust, then make the necessary adjustments you need for the health of your plant. I've had my eye on this one for a while now, and I felt like something was going on, but I wasn't quite sure what. But I just never saw growth. I never saw improvement. It just looked like things were going more and more downhill with this plant, and I'm still over here off camera snipping off pieces of root. That's what I'm doing, and why you don't see the larger cutting in frame right now. Don't mind me. But again, so I place peroxide in both these containers, so both cuttings are getting small peroxide treatment. Okay, this cutting is larger, so you adjust it so you can see the top of the cutting. So that, you have to play with it a little bit. You're not always gonna get it perfectly correct, but I'm gonna add a little more peroxide in here. And the other thing I love about peroxide is it helps the water. I think helps with the clarity of the water, and so I don't have to change these often. I don't think I change the water in my containers every week, if I'm being honest. Maybe every 2. If it looks really dirty or really dingy, I'll change it. But other than that, I don't. Okay. And there you have it. My babies are in their new container. And look at how gorgeous they are. I love them. They are just, how gorgeous is that? It's beautiful. It's really like the reason why I love Philodendron Birkin. Like, look at all that variegation. Like, all the green stripes on a white leaf and white stripes on a green leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? Like, you don't see plants that look like that very often. And then, of course, as they're growing, in the earlier stages, you have entirely green leaves. I just think it's beautiful. Me personally, I love that variegation. And so if I can keep this and grow it healthily, man, I may have 2 or 3 Philodendron Birkins in my home, or I can give away a Birkin or 2, you know? And here's this one, made up of 2 separate cuttings. You notice this is less mature because we don't have the leaves that are majorly the white with the green streaks, right? We just have green with the white streaks. So again, it's beautiful. Beautiful. And hopefully we've acted in time to save these 2 plants. And so you can tell that the leaves are curled. Sign that not something's going on. To the touch, they feel a little limp, I guess. It's a good way of describing that feeling. These leaves are supposed to be out and open and fanned and not limp. So if you see them limp and curling, you know that there's something going on. And I actually thought that maybe I had a problem with the lighting and with my lamps, but once I got to the root of it, it wasn't the lighting, it wasn't the lamps, it was a root problem. So we're starting over a little bit, but I like it. I'm encouraged, and hopefully they do well. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel and like and follow Gardening with Purpose on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks again.